Hi everybody, welcome to Chewy Budgets. My name is Misty and I am here to do my debt confession. I'm 34 years old, about to hit 35, and I decided after a year of hemming and hawing to go ahead and decide to do this video. I'm hoping to document my journey through paying off debt, as I'm hoping it'll keep me on track and make sure that I keep paying off the debt I want to pay off. My goal is to have this all paid off within 3 years. Hopefully before then. I will be totally ecstatic if it was before then, but minimum 3 years or maximum 3 years. So let's go ahead and start with the first one. This is my oldest car, Kohl's. I had this since back in college actually. And the beginning balance was around January, at the end of January actually. It was $142.86. The current balance is actually $0. I've paid this one off in March. So I was really happy I was able to pay that one off. And the interest is $30, my mistake, 30.24%. And my minimum payment is $29. They keep increasing my credit limit, which I would hope they stop doing, but they just keep doing it, to $2,500. Hopefully I never get near there, but we're gonna make sure I don't. Next one is Victoria's Secret. Once again, this one is kind of a little bit younger than this one. This is when I think I got this one when I actually moved to the Northwest. But the beginning balance in January was $1,139.32. The current balance of this one, I am happy to report, is actually, this one is $62. I paid it off in March, but then I had to buy some extra stuff, so I just put a balance on it about a week ago. But I've actually just made a payment today, so that one will be gone as of tomorrow. The interest on it is 29.49%. The minimum payment, this minimum payment is actually for this one right here, or for this balance, was $55. Normally it's about $29 if it's for like a smaller amount. And the credit limit on that one is $2,850. Let's go ahead and move this up. Make sure you can see the rest. Okay. The next one is Best Buy. I got this one, to buy my phones or, tablets and everything. And the beginning balance in January was $1,360.56. The current balance on this one, I'm actually happy to report as well, is $0. I was actually, thankfully, due to a magic month and a bonus from my work, to pay off all 3 debts at once in March. And after that, they were gone. Best Buy, I'm actually planning on closing after September. I want to wait until possibly moving into a new apartment before I close this one out, so it doesn't hit my credit score too badly. The interest was 0% due to the fact that I had a plan as if I paid off the amount before a certain date, I didn't get charged interest. If I didn't, then they would charge me the back interest. Luckily, I was able to pay off that way before, because the actual date was August of this year. Yep, okay, you can see the last one. The line of credit. My line of credit, I got this from my bank a while back because I was in a car accident. Oops, sorry, I hit the camera. I was in a car accident a while back, and my car got totaled out, and I bought another car with some of the settlement money. Well, it kept having issues and everything, and I didn't have money, so I actually went and got a line of credit so I could use the money to help pay off some of the repairs that my car needed. Unfortunately, this price right here, it never really got lower than $3,000, as I just kept running into issues. And not only was that for my car, but that's also bills that my dog and everything. She has some medical issues, or like her shots or anything, and I just couldn't afford it. It would come out here. The current balance on this is actually $933.50. The interest of it is 10.90%. The minimum payment was $85. I don't know what the new balance is, because I actually was just able to pay this down to this amount this last month, and so the new thing had the statement hasn't come out. But the credit limit is 4,000. So for a very long time, this has always stayed close within 1,000 of the max limit. Next one is First Mark, and First Mark is my personal student loan that I had co-signed with my grandma, and it was with Wells Fargo's previously, and then it got sold off to First Mark. In the beginning of the year, it was $4,402.43. The current balance of this one is, I'm happy to report, so happy to report, is $0. The reason for that being is further down this list. But the interest was 17.29%, and then 1 month later they bumped it up to 17.49%, and they just kept bumping up this interest. So I was so glad to be done with it, because I just cannot. It's higher than my credit cards, and this is a personal loan I got back in 2011, 2012. It's kind of really ridiculous. The minimum payments kept getting bumped up, anywhere between 106 to 107 due to the interest. This one actually has been closed, so I am so happy for that. My credit card, number one, is I got this a long time ago. So the beginning balance is $5,451.53. This one I put a lot of my dog's expenses on. Towards the end, she had a lot of medical issues, so I had to take her to the vet a lot. So I had to put a lot of her there. Then it's also a lot of consumer debt where I saw something, I wanted something, I had a credit card, I bought it. So yeah, that one is on me a lot, me being silly. The current balance of this one is actually $77, and that's because I just put something on there from Amazon that I'm just going to turn around and pay right back off. So soon it will be back down to $0. This card is the one I'm keeping, and where I'm putting my subscriptions and everything on, so that I can put it on there for the reward, for the cashback reward points, but then immediately pay it, so that I still get the cash back, but I don't get the interest. The interest on this one is 15.74%, and the minimum payment as of right now, I don't know, but back then it was about $135. The credit limit on this one is $6,900. For the longest time I thought it was $6,000 until I checked, and then for some reason they bumped me up $900. I did not realize that, and then of course I went ahead and spent that $900. So I have very bad impulse control. I am working really hard on that, and that's why I'm hoping this channel will also help me keep an eye on what I'm actually spending, so that this never happens again. Credit card number 2, I actually got this towards the end of last year, as due to I had to go get a root canal, and it was going to cost me $700 some out of pocket, and I did not have that cash. So I opened up another card, and yeah, other things happened. A lot. So, as I said, I opened this late last year, but as you can tell, in January it was already up to $7,000. And the reason being is, in January my grandmother passed away, and I had to go home, and I had to pay for plane ticket there, one-way trip there, car rental, expenses, plane ticket back. So I already had a balance on here about $3,000, $4,000, but it got pushed up extremely high due to my trip home. Yeah. This one I am very happy to say it is gone. The interest was the same, because these are actually from the same bank, so it's from 17.74%. As I said, this is really silly, that this interest is still lower than that one up there. I know I had that one longer. Minimum payment at the time was $155, and the credit limit on this one is $11,500. And I actually went ahead and closed this one out. I do not need a credit limit that high whatsoever, because I will, if I don't watch myself, let it get up high. As you know, before I had to go back home, I was up at 3,000 or 4,000 within a short time. So I am very happy to close this one out. Nelnet here is my sorry, I just want to make sure I'm free. Nelnet is actually my student loans, my government student loans, and in the beginning I owed $17,071.14. I still owe that. And the interest of right now is 0%, but once interest kicks back in, I think my highest is at 6%, but it's anywhere between 3 something to 6%. Now, for this one right here, actually, due to the shutdown, where the pause on the payment, on the interest and everything, I was making payments throughout the pause on our student loans, not regularly, but off and on, which actually ended up paying off one of my student loans. So now I only have 4, because this one has 4 loans right here. And the minimum payment of that before the pause was $217.09, but this was for 5 loans. I don't know how much this will be until probably September, is when I'll find out how much my payment will actually be. Now, personal loan here. This one right here is why I'm stating that a lot of these were able to get closed, is because of this personal loan. I had a friend, actually a group of friends, that wanted to help a couple of us out with our substantial credit debt, and they were willing to loan us money for us to pay off our debt, and then just pay them back at a lower percentage. I think we ended up calculating that for me, if I didn't do this with them, I would end up paying over $9,000 in interest trying to pay off all these loans except for my student loan. You know, my student loan wasn't counted, but for all the others, I would have paid over $9,000 in interest and over 4 or 5 plus years to pay it all off, making the minimum payments, of course. But my friend was willing to give me $20,000 to knock out my first mark, my 2 credit cards, and almost all of my line of credit. I only had, after paying for all that, I only had $900 left. So, to pay on that credit line of credit. So for this here, the current balance is still $20,000 because this was actually started up in June. So my first payment is actually this month. The interest is 5%, which we calculated after I pay this off. Yeah, I will only pay them extra like $1,500 total, which compared to the $9,000 is much better, so much better. We do have a set time limit. This is going to be paid off in 3 years. That's why the minimum payment is $600. Yeah, that's a huge, pretty much huge chunk. Huge chunk out of my paycheck, but it is worth it for this debt to be gone in 3 years. I'm actually hoping to get this paid off sooner than that, but my main focus will be on my Nelnet. I want this gone and done and gone. Line of credit first, though. Line of credit, of course, is first, then my student loans, and then this, because I know this one will be paid off minimally 3 years. But in January, my total debt was $40,554.04. In June, I now owe $38,004.64. And that's it. That is my debt confessions with the chaoticness of me not being able to speak. If you guys have, want to leave me comments, I would love to read them. I'm always happy to hear about other people's stories because, there's a lot of us out there that are trying to get rid of debt and that's fighting through it. And especially in this time. So, thank you for coming. I really truly appreciate it. And hope you guys have a wonderful day.